All right, we're recording. This is Annie Alexander, Senior Director here in Kansas City. And this is our first summer training call that we're doing at 9 o'clock every Tuesday night, almost every Tuesday night. I'll let you know there's a couple Tuesdays that a couple of the leaders might step in and lead because I've got a workshop going on or I'm out of town for whatever reason. But I just thought this would be a good way for us to connect. It's going to be very laid back. It's kind of going to be raw training. It's not, I just have some basic notes. I'm going to go over some stuff maybe that I'm studying, and that's what I'm going to do tonight, and share that with you. So I want to hear from you guys, though. What is the best way to connect with you? And if you're listening to this on playback, please send me a Facebook message, a text, whatever. I'm kind of just taking a poll. Is the best way to get a hold of you through Facebook on our team page? Do you guys all have your notifications set so that you see every notification every time someone posts out there? Even if you only get on for 10 minutes a day onto Facebook, are you flipping to our page real quick and just seeing what happens and commenting and liking that? Or is it better to get an email sent from our email back office? So you guys that are on right now, can you kind of just shout out what is the best way to connect?
For me, it's Facebook.
Facebook? Mm-hmm. On our team page?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or Messenger.
Okay. Jesse, what about you?
Either. I'm trying to stay off Facebook as much as I can because it's been such a distraction. But I'll check either. So.
Okay. And Amy said Facebook as well. And I agree, Jesse, with what you're saying. Like, I think Facebook's a total distraction as well. I am very strategic. I usually get on in the morning for about 10 minutes, and then I'll get on in the evening for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then if I am working and I'm like posting stuff, it's because it's in my work hours and I'm specifically, that's what I'm supposed to be doing at that time, is going out and posting. So if you take that and just apply it and only get on Facebook for those, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, and you're really strategic about what you're doing, it definitely plays dividends. And the more that you like and comment on things, the more that you'll see things within the group. So you have to be very aware, I guess. Like if you just kind of scroll through your news feed, you may not see everything that's going on within our group. So definitely either click over to the side. On the left-hand side, it has our group name. You should be able to click on that and just see what's happened for the day. And you should be able to see all the posts just very, very quickly. So, okay, Amy, you can only see, I'll get you added to our page too, but most of the stuff we post on our page is on Team Blaze. Amy says you can only see the Blaze team. But normally when I post something on my page, then one of Danielle's leaders or Danielle will post on the Blaze team page as well. So, okay, so Facebook is the main way. Okay, and the other thing I want to go through is just the trainings that we're offering this summer so everybody's aware of what's going on. We have every morning for the month of June, a different leaders leading a call at 8:30 in the morning. It's 10 minutes. Super quick. Jump on. Just get some energy for the day. And it's just a little bit of inspiration and a tip for the day. So those are fantastic to get on. So 8:30 in the morning every day, every weekday in June. And then on Tuesdays during the day, like from 10 to 11:45 and then from like 7 to 8:20, I'm offering one-on-one coaching to anyone who wants it in about 20-minute increments. So today was really fun. I got to have a lot of coaching calls with people that I don't always get to talk to, and just really, really, really good conversation. And we hone in on what they need help with. If they're just needing some inspiration, if they've got questions, if they feel stuck, they can't get bookings, if they feel stuck, they can't get leads, whatever it is, we're just 20 minutes. You can do it for 1 week. You can set it up for the summer, whatever you want to do. But that is a great way just to figure out what is it in your business that is the roadblock, and let me help you get through that. So be sure to, message me if you want to get one of those. And then Tuesday nights at 8:30 are for new reps. So I'm going to go through, and literally anyone, any of the leaders can help lead this call, but I'm going to go through and just talk about, welcome them to our team, tell them what Wildtree has to offer, kind of talk to them about their why they're here, what their dreams are, about the free shipping voucher, anything, like just those kind of basic things. Okay. And just that way they kind of feel connected. They know who I am. They know who any of the other leaders that hop on that call, they'll be introduced to them. So just a good way to get them energized and involved within the team and to meet other people right away. So any new reps, send them to that on Tuesday night at 8:30. Excuse me. Okay, and then at 9 o'clock, oh gosh, you guys, I have this like tickle in my throat now. At 9 o'clock, we're going to do just a quick training. Again, it's going to be like 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm going to leave time just for question and answer. So if you don't schedule a one-on-one call, but you have some specific questions that you're running into a roadblock, I guarantee that you're not the only one hitting that roadblock. Guarantee it. So bring it up on that call. Let everyone hear what they can do. We can brainstorm together. So 9 o'clock, Tuesday nights. And really, I expect it to be, literally 15 minutes. And then if questions take us to 9:30, that's fine. But I don't expect to go past that. So, and then at 8:30 on Sunday nights, there's a business builder call that's offered. And each week, it's led by a different leader and above from all of Wildtree. So not just our organization, but everybody in Wildtree. And it covers so many different topics I can't even start anywhere. So that's a great one to jump on. I always try and post these on Facebook, or at least you can see the call-in number because it's the same every week for most of those. So be sure to jump on those. There's also playback that you can listen to as well. But I just think the live calls you're going to get more out of it than on a playback. So that's kind of just a rundown of what our trainings are. And I want to ask you guys, what makes you want to listen to a training or come to a training, or what's the draw for you? Is it to energize your business? Is it to get answers for something you're stuck on? What makes you want to be on a call? Is it the community?
I would definitely say, sorry, my dog's going crazy over here. Definitely the energizing, and then the community. I feel like I really got a lot out of the in-person stuff. I don't know. I really like the in-person stuff, but I also like these Zoom calls too, because it takes a lot less time and preparation to go, do it. So.
Yeah. And you mean by in-person?
Sorry, he's going crazy. Okay. Yeah, the in-person, like when we would meet at your house, where it was casual, I didn't have to worry about getting dressed up or anything, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do like the Zoom calls because I feel like everyone from all around can hop on easily, and like you said, you're not driving 30 minutes to get here and, things like that. But I think it's important that maybe we do something, a team building something once every quarter or once every 4 months or something like that. That's in person. Okay. I have an idea for the next one after conference. So we'll all get together in July. So that's the next big thing. The sign up date for those of you that aren't signed up yet is June 19th. So be sure to get signed up, and we can find people roommates if you want roommates to help cut down on the cost. We can definitely do that. And I think everyone has seen or heard that we're going to the Royals game on Friday night, so that will be fun. I know. So we'll get those tickets ordered pretty soon. We need to get a pretty good head count before we do that, so we're just finalizing those details. Anything else on conference or on trainings that you guys want to talk about or cover? Things you want to see? Anything like that? Okay. So I'm going to share what I'm reading right now and just a couple of tips from that, because I just think it's helpful from a big general overall standpoint that I think you can apply to your life and other areas besides just Wildtree. But I'm reading Take the Stairs by Rory Baden, who is our speaker at conference. Have you read this, Jesse? Have you
Sorry, I was muted. No, I'm reading Procrastinate on Purpose right now, and he keeps referencing that, so I'm gonna read that as soon as I finish it.
Okay.
I mean, it's so good.
He's so good, you guys, so good. So on page 8, one of the things it says is, success isn't easy. Success isn't overnight. Success isn't ordinary. And so becoming successful requires us to do things that aren't easy and things that people don't ordinarily do. Success means we have to develop the self-discipline to get ourselves to do things that we don't want to do. And that's so true. I was reading that. I'm like, oh, yes. I have to reach out to people, and that's really hard for me to do. And I have to, just there's things in your business that you love, and there's some things that aren't up there on the top of the list, and it's those things that aren't up there on the top of the list that successful people do, and that's what makes them successful. So successful people have the self-discipline to do things they don't want to do, and they do the things they don't want to do even when they don't feel like doing them. And that really resonated with me. So that was one of the things. And then one of the other things that he said, successful people view problems and challenges as setbacks or hindrances, but they know that the more challenges they have, the higher the likelihood they will develop the character required to become good. So do we have what it takes to do the things we know are good for us, even when we don't feel like doing it? That's one of the only things that separates people who get what they want out of life from those who don't. Which is so true. It's if you decide, you get to have that choice. Do you want to do the things that have to be done even though you don't feel like doing them? So if that's the only skill you had to learn in order to have everything you wanted in life, could you do it? And I was just like, man, it just made me pause and really think, can you do it if that's the only thing that holds you back? So I thought that was really interesting. And then I started thinking about, he's talking about success. So what does it mean to be a successful rep here at Wildtree? What are some things we have to do? So I started a list. This is so random, you guys. So add to it. I would love to hear your thoughts after I do this. But here's what I said. Successful reps, they check in when they're new. They check in with their leader twice a week until they launch. True? Yeah. And then after that, they are checking in once a week until they've mastered the basics. Okay. Then they attend online trainings. Successful Wildtree reps have a high expectancy to do well. They engage with their other team members. They're in community to continue to learn and to grow. Successful Wildtree reps encourage others. They find ways to have fun when they're working their business. Successful Wildtree reps take responsibility for their results and the implementation that they have done.
Put your leg down.
And successful Wildtree reps believe what they do is important and that they add value to other people's lives. And this is one of my favorites, and it took me a minute to really think and let this one soak in. But successful Wildtree reps, Their self-esteem is in their work habits, not in their results. Meaning that if you're doing the daily activity, the daily work, that's what you should be confident in and proud of versus I did the daily work, but everyone said no today. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that get you down. It should be about your habits that you're doing and the activities that you're doing. And if you do those, that is what your self-esteem should be in. Okay, what do you guys think of those so far? Is that crazy? True?
I think it's a great list. I'm trying to think. It's I'm listening to that Procrastinate on Purpose on audio, book, and I'm going to listen to it again because there's so much good stuff. It's, right along those lines where, giving yourself permission to, work hard and do the things you need to do, and find processes, maybe take more time now to help yourself later, which is what I'm really, really trying to get myself to do. I feel like I'm reinventing the wheel all the time, and I know what it takes. I know what I need to do, but yeah, so those are great.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about how can I use this list, what if we put it out there of, to new reps so they kind of know and have a list of if they want to be successful, these are some things you can do.
Yeah.
That's not like A, B, C, D, here are all the steps, 1, 2, 3, but just in general, things that you can do that would help you and benefit you. I
think it's a great way to set kind of like an expectation that they do attend the trainings and do invest in themselves and, do reach out to others. And then when they become a leader, be that kind of leader for others,
Yeah. Yeah. I think some people in this business, they feel so alone and they're afraid that, oh, this might be a dumb question or no one's probably come across this, and they're afraid to bring it up. And I just from being a coach for so long now, I probably coach on the same question 3 times a day, and so I just hope that everyone doesn't let that fear hold them back. And if everyone's in community together, then I think they don't feel as alone and they feel included and safe to ask those questions. Mm-hmm. So that's my tidbit for tonight. What do you guys think? Is that helpful for you? Something to think about? So, and I think it gives a good picture. Like, I'm always reading other things that have nothing to do with Wild Tree, but I apply it to my business. And I just think it's so helpful in my personal growth to do that. So I would encourage you guys to do that as well. So I have a list of books. If you're ever wanting to know what to read, I can point you to the right direction. So. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Do you guys have any questions for tonight? You guys are rocking and rolling. Double Hostess Credit Month. Lots of parties booked. So many parties, you have no space on your calendar for any more.
Still working on it. Not going to let it go till the end of the month.
Yeah, and really you can book through about July 14th and get the orders in June. And the hostess would have to give you what she wants for her double hostess credit too by June 30. But just know you can book through mid-July.
Yeah.
And get that done. So Facebook parties. I've set up a couple of Facebook parties because I'm out of time to do live parties. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to try and squeeze in a couple of Facebook parties at night.
That's a good idea. I hadn't even considered that because I'm pretty much out of time too. But one thing I did that never happens, but of course it happened this month, is I had a party booked at the beginning of that was going to close the beginning of June. And usually I'm waiting to the last minute to get people entered,
Yeah.
And, everybody went in through the links, ordered it just like they're supposed to do early. So I had one bundle out of the whole party going in May or in June when I was expecting the whole party to go in June.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want the volume for May. I was going for June, so it's okay. But I was like, of course that would happen.
Yeah.
Best laid plans.
Abundance versus scarcity, right?
Yes, I know.
So there's so much out there that you can get much, much more, and it's great that you got that volume in May because it's going to lead to more volume in June.
Yes.
So awesome. Yeah, and if anyone has questions on the double hostess credit, I mean, it's amazing. Like, I just had a girl tonight. I was like, you literally are like $20 away from either getting $75 in credit or getting $200 in free credit. And she's like, what? She called one friend, boom, done. We've got it. So, I mean, it's that just, you know, if you're at $499.95, you get $75 in free Wildtree. If you're at 500.00, you get $200 in free Wildtree. So be sure to be watching those numbers. And if you aren't sure where to find those, talk to your upline and reach out to people. Post on the team page. That's what it's there for, is to help everybody. So get involved, stay involved, get your notifications set so you can see. I'm going to continue based on your guys' feedback to be posting more on Facebook than I am emailing. But I would love to hear from other people who are watching this on playback how you'd like to be communicated to. All right, if there was anything else for tonight, what would it be?
Can I just share one thing that's really struck a chord with me that I heard today in this book?
Yeah.
So they were talking about the value of your time, or money value of your time. And so I was thinking about that a lot because I'm stuck at work most of the day now, and it's eating up a lot of my time that I'm spending with my, you know, that I have my kids and my just chores around the house. And they're talking about how many things you could automate. And, you know, I already hire a house cleaner, just those little things where if you paid somebody to do something, how much money could you make during that time? So that just really, you know, that really got to me. And also with the, not even paying somebody else to do something, but the time I spend on Facebook or the time that I spend looking for things. So, you know, putting things back where they're supposed to go when they're supposed to, you know,
yeah,
using them, just things like that. It just really, it's really shifting my, my mindset as far as just my daily routine. So hopefully being able to find that time back that I was spending on Wildtree before I went back to work, so many hours, but.
Yeah. Sonara, have you guys ever heard Sonara's story? It's great. When she first got into direct selling, and I'm not going to get all the details right, but when she first got in, she wasn't really going to sell. And her upline at the time said, okay, you've got to find time. Write down all of your time. So she went through and wrote down, and she had like 1 hour a night that she was watching TV. And that point was like, what if you could make, you know, X amount of money, $1,000 a month? Is it worth it to you to watch that 1 hour of TV every night, or would you rather have $1,000 a month? And Sonara was like, well, I'd rather have $1,000. And she's like, all right. And then from there, you know, she's made millions. But I just think that's so interesting and such a great way to look at it. Like, if you're spending your time scrolling through Facebook, if you're spending your time, you know, watching TV shows, what is your goal? You know, what's your goal? Where do you want to be in life? So that's a great point. And I hire out a lot of the mundane stuff. Like, I have someone that comes in and folds our laundry and puts it away. It's $20.
Oh gosh.
Every week. That's $20 I spend every week.
Holy cow.
Yep. It's amazing. You know, she'll do the dishes if they're dirty or clean or whatever, you know, and she'll just do little things like that around the house, or little errands to run. But I can make more money in that, you know, 2 hours a time period than $20, you know. So I'm just, it's so true to automate and delegate and do those things. It definitely helps. So Yeah, $20, best thing ever. I also have her make like the protein balls and like little things like that in the kitchen that just take a little bit of time.
Oh man.
Yep, $10 protein balls set for 2 weeks.
Wow. I was just thinking about that. I always make those Uncrustables, like for my kids. I'll make the peanut butter and jellies and stick them in the freezer. Well, every morning I've been making another peanut butter and jelly every single day.
Yeah.
And I think if I would just take an hour and make 2 dozen of these, I'd be set for 2 or however many weeks.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, there you go. It's changing a habit, and that's what you have to, you know, like you were saying earlier, Jesse, from that book, it's taking the time now to do it, and it's going to help you in the long run.
Yeah.
For sure. That's awesome. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us tonight. If you guys ever have topics you want to talk about on these calls, be sure to let me know. And have a great week. I can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.